Hello, welcome back to The Top Shelf, my Criterion Blu-ray review series. This is episode 83. My name is Ernest Whiteman III. I'm a Northern Arapaho filmmaker, artist, writer, and media educator, and we're taking a look at the top shelf of my video collection, which contains my Criterion collection. And as I state in every episode, it's almost cliche that every time I get a new Blu-ray or a new copy of a Criterion edition, I will produce a new episode. I have no plans on capping this episode at any specific number because I think it's going to be an ongoing thing. And today's, what's on today's top shelf is interesting because I do have a DVD copy of it. You can probably see it behind me right there. First print edition as well. And that is Wong Kar-wai's In the Mood for Love. I just recently bought this for myself, mainly because I wanted to have it in 2K restoration. They did a 4K restoration of it, but of course Blu-ray is only 2K. But I had to have it because it sort of has that quality of image behind it. Wong Kar-wai's In the Mood for Love is probably the one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen, and I'm not just saying that lightly. It was filmed, of course, by the great Christopher Doyle. Stars Tony Leung and Maggie Cheung, who would later reunite with together in the movie Hero, Zhang Yimou's film. But they did a series of films for Wong Kar-wai as well. And in this film, it's about two neighbors who discover that their spouses, his wife and her husband, are having an affair with each other. And the story is about, people think it's about them falling in love, but it's actually about them discovering what's wrong with them. And it's showcased subtly. You can tell by the way Tony Leung's character's friend keeps criticizing him, and the way the neighbor, the landlords, subtly jab at Maggie Cheung's character that there's some sort of character deficiencies about them. But they decide to just form a bond by discovering why their spouses fell in love with each other. And they get closer and closer to falling in love with each other. And they bond further over the writing of a wuxia series for the newspaper that Tony Leung works at. And people like to think it culminates in the ending scene where he's whispering into the tree, but that is not, I don't think, the ending scene. The whole point of it is when at least Tony Leung character realizes why their spouses fell in love with each other. And he's afraid to say what it is to Maggie Cheung's character. And I think that was the whole point of the film. It's a great movie, great soundtrack, and beautifully shot. The reason why I bought it was, of course, I wanted the Blu-ray edition. I'm a fan of Wong Kar-wai's films. How did I forget that? Just a moment of forgetfulness. But as you can see, the cover of it was so stunning, they kept it for the Blu-ray, but I think they collected it later on with the 4K restoration into a package of films like Fallen Angel, In the Mood for Love, Chungking Express, and I forget what the other one is. But the reason I bought it is just that I own it. I want to own it. My daughter and I went to see it at the Music Box. I think it was back in October. We had tried to see it at the Cisco Center, and we met downtown, and it sold out. Then it came up again like 2 months later at the Music Box, and my daughter loves the Music Box Theater because of its ambiance and the whole hipster vibe. She likes that. She likes to make fun of. But saw it, and it affected her too. She kept thinking and talking about it on the way home. And so it's a shared memory now. It's become a very precious shared memory for me of this film. Big fan of Wong Kar-wai. His Grandmaster, I think, is probably one of the evolutionary steps of the Kung Fu and wuxia film genre mix. And maybe I'll do a video on that, what I think of the evolution of or what I think is the evolution of the martial arts film. But so there's your short synopsis. There's the reason I bought it. And now let's take a look at the extras as I break out the glasses. This is from 2000. It's 98 minutes. It's a color film. It's recorded in 5.1 surround in Cantonese with Shanghainese with English subtitles. So there's actually two different languages being spoke. 1.66 to 1 aspect ratio. I believe it means there's going to be slight black bars at the top and the bottom. The Blu-ray special edition features new restored high definition digital transferred, supervised by director of photography Mark Lee. So it's not. That's a good thing to learn. It's not Chris Doyle. It's Mark Lee. Mark Lee Pingbin. Wow. Oh, at 5.1 DTS HD master audio soundtrack. At In the Mood for Love, director Wong Kar-wai's documentary on the making of the film. Deleted scenes with commentary by Wong, and there's a really neat deleted scene that's sort of like a postscript to the film, and it's a really sad. So if you really love how this movie turned out, don't watch that deleted scene. Hua Yang De Mine Bao, if I'm pronouncing that right, Hua Yang De Mian, wait, let me get this right. Hua Yang De Nian Hao. 2000, a short film by Wong. I think it archives a lot of like Chinese actresses and from pre-code and black and white and silent eras. Archival interview with Wong and a cinema lesson given by the director of the 2001 Cannes Film Festival, Toronto Film Festival International Press Conference from 2000, which stars Maggie Chun, Man Yuk, and Tony Leung Chiu-wai. 2 new interviews with critic Tony Raines, one about the film and the other about the soundtrack, featuring musical cues, trailers, TV spots, plus the obligatory booklet that features an essay by critic Steve Erickson and a Liu Yicheng story that provided thematic inspiration for the film. Now, something popped in my head while I was talking about reading these off, and now I cannot remember what it is. But for me, oh, I know what it was. I stated this before, I think, in the last episode, where I saw the movie 2046 first, because I was hearing a lot of great things about Wong Kar-wai. I was really relatively unknown to him at the time, and the Criterion channel, or Criterion Films, had a channel on Hulu for a long time, and you could watch their movies for free, and they rotated them out every like 2 or 3 months. And In the Mood for Love was on there for the longest time, and so my partner Bonnie and I went to see 2046 because we had heard such good things about Wong Kar-wai, and we really didn't like it. I thought I was really confused. A lot of the connections didn't make sense to me, and then I sat alone in my apartment and watching The Mood for Love like many months later, and it all clicked. It suddenly made so much more sense to me why that film existed. And people like to disparage 2046, but it really is a spiritual sequel to, not a spiritual sequel, but it's a spiritual companion to In the Mood for Love. And I'm probably going to see it at some point once again, but I really would like to watch them both in tandem once more. But that's it for now. That's In the Mood for Love by Wong Kar-wai, spine number 147. So that's it for now. That's on the top shelf. Thank you for joining me. I do have a series of YouTube short videos coming out at the top shelf afterward. I bought a huge amount of books and comic book issues that I want to share with everybody. So keep an eye out for those. Those should be coming out pretty soon. My long form essay on Mother's Watch, the expectations of Noriko and how they influenced our expectations of Setsuko Hara, should be coming out late spring. It's spring now, so look for it in early June. So hopefully I can get that done by then. There's a lot of research going into that, or as much research as I can on my schedule. But look forward for that. And again, thank you for joining me. Again, another edition, another episode, and thanks for watching for this long. I hope you've enjoyed these. Hope you get something out of them. So I will see you next time. I gave my clapboard to one of my students at the high schools that I was showing, teaching filmmaking at. And it was cracked, it was busted, and I was held together with mailing tape. But it was loose. But we shot a whole film with it, and I think they wanted it for sentimental reasons because they wanted to remember making that film. Plus, it's a good piece of equipment that they can have. It sort of legitimizes your movie when you have a really cool clapboard. So here we go. Top Shelf Criterion Edition, episode 83. There's a security guard walking. Hopefully he doesn't look up here, but it's funny. All right.